Okay, you can start off by telling everybody your name.
My name is Miranda Lash. I'm Curator of Modern and Contemporary Art at the New Orleans Museum of Art.
Okay, how long have you been curator at this particular museum?
At this museum, 2 years.
2 years. Have you worked in any other museum other than NOMA?
Yes, quite a few. Before I came here, I worked at the Menil Collection in Houston, and I was there for 2 years. Before that, I worked at the Williams College Museum of Art, and before that, LA County Museum of Art.
Okay, was it always in the same particular field? Was it always modern art?
No, actually, it was only over time that I learned that modern art is what I preferred, and you know, I started out as an intern, and then I worked my way up into being an assistant and curatorial assistant, eventually to curator.
Okay. What exactly do you do as curator over modern art here? What exactly is your job description?
I'd like to think of my job in 2 parts. Half of my job is taking care of the collection here at the New Orleans Museum of Art. So that involves putting up the paintings and sculptures that are owned by the museum, things that are here, and making sure that they're taken care of and making sure that they're displayed in interesting ways and that they're rotated. So that's about half my job, and the other half of my job is seeking out either artists who have never had a museum show and giving them their first show, visiting artist studios, trying to get a handle on the new art that's out there that is yet to be discovered. Okay.
Have you really done a lot of work with new artists? Have you been able to get a lot of new artists out?
Yeah, I'd say so. We have an exhibition on view, Quintron and Miss Pussycat. It's their first museum show, and we're really excited to have them. It's a pretty innovative show. The show before that was Skylar Fine, Youth Manifesto. It was his first museum show, and so there's a good number of artists that we are proud to give their first major career show to.
Okay, have you worked a lot with other curators from different museums?
Yeah, it's really common to collaborate. In our show that just came down, which was a show from Cuba, we collaborated with the Centro de Arte Moderno in Wilfredo Lam, which is a modern art museum in Havana, Cuba. And we collaborated with the Cuban curators, and they helped select the works, and we helped arrange so that their works could be shown here at NOMA.
Okay. Do you have a lot of say-so in actually picking the artist or picking the work, or is it by a committee that y'all decide who will show?
It depends on the circumstance, but generally speaking, I'm the one who proposes what we should show, and of course it has to be approved by my supervisor. I have the director of the museum and the chief curator here at the museum have to be aware of and approve of what I'm doing, but I'm generally the person who initiates the selection.
Okay. Do you often work in different areas in the museum other than your specialty is modern art?
No, I pretty much stay with modern art, but it's a lot of ground to cover. It's generally everything post 1900 to present, so it's a pretty broad territory to cover.
Okay. And do y'all have a lot of do y'all have any traveling exhibitions that y'all send out from the museum, from your department?
From my department, not that right now, although we are working on an exhibition with the conceptual artist Mel Chin. He's from Houston originally, but he's done a lot of work here in New Orleans, and we're working on traveling his show, to different places around the country.
Okay. I guess the last question would be: Have you had any work with any New Orleans-based artists, any local artists, to show here?
Yes, the Quintron and Miss Pussycat show, they're from New Orleans.
Okay. And
Skylar Fine is from New Orleans. Rachel Jones, Jennifer Odom, they're all from New Orleans.
Okay.
Oh, and I'm sorry, Luis Cruz Azaceta, who's on view now, he's a Cuban-American artist from New Orleans.
Okay. All right, I thank you for your time and your answers to the question were very, very direct and to the point. And I'd just like to thank you again.
Thank you.
All right.